Hi guys, this is Clark here. This lesson is to go over our genre this week, the inquiry question, and to read the shared read. This is our final week. So we're going to go over our genre first. Genre is realistic fiction this week. We have gone over realistic fiction quite a bit this year, so if you want to take a minute to pause the video and just kind of brainstorm things you already know about realistic fiction, go ahead and do that now. So some characteristics. It's set in places and times that could exist in real life. It's not going to be fantasy like Harry Potter or the Magic Treehouse books. Next thing is characters and events are similar to those in real life. So the characters are going to be people that could really exist in real life. And lastly, there's going to be descriptive details and pacing that makes the story realistic. So a realistic fiction story is a story that it's fiction, it's not a true story, but it could happen in real life. Inquiry question this week: how can working together help us solve problems? So same inquiry question as last week, but focusing on a different genre. So you have to think about this question in a different way this week. Our shared read is called The Bully. Up here you'll see our genre is realistic fiction. You can access this on the Wonder site and have it read to you. I'm also going to read it now. Michael saw the trouble coming from all the way at the end of the school hallway. There, standing by the stairs, was JT, the school bully who enjoyed taunting anyone he felt like at any moment. JT was tall and strong. So few of his victims were willing to stand up to him and defend themselves. Michael hated the idea that he let JT get away with these offenses. Yet, like most of the other kids who were picked on, he just took it quietly and waited for the unpleasant moment to pass. JT walked directly toward Michael, his eyes locked on the books that Michael carried under his arms. When they met in the middle of the hallway, JT stopped abruptly and snapped at Michael. "Hey, let me see those books." A group of students watched as Michael held out the books he was carrying, trying not to tremble to reveal how nervous he was. JT grabbed a math book, looked inside for a second, and then shoved the book at Michael, who dropped all the books he held. "Hey, those books are school property," JT barked, "so don't let them fall to the floor." Then he walked away, laughing loudly. Michael, his cheeks turning red, half kicked the fallen books. Suddenly a hand appeared beside Michael and picked up an adventure novel as it slid away. "You look like you could use an ally," a friendly voice said with a laugh. Michael turned around and saw that it was Raymond. He was the school star basketball player, and everything else player you could name. Michael couldn't believe that Raymond was stopping to help him. The two had barely spoken to each other since the school year began. "Thanks," Michael sighed with relief. "So confusing. I don't know what his problem is." "I've been watching you in the halls," Raymond said, "and as I see it, you need to find a way to end this conflict with JT." Michael nodded, stuck for what to say. "Well," Raymond continued, "I can tell you what my grandmother used to tell me. Whenever I had a problem with someone, she'd say, 'You can catch more flies with honey than with vinegar.'" Looking puzzled, Michael asked, "What does that mean?" "It means that being kind to your enemies may be more effective than being angry at them," Raymond explained. "What if you just intervene and tell JT to stop picking on me?" Michael suggested. "I think he'd leave me alone if you threatened him." "That's vinegar," Raymond laughed as he walked away. "Try honey instead." That night, Michael thought about the advice that Raymond had given him. It sounded like a good plan, but deep down, Michael wasn't very confident that it would actually work with JT. The next day in school brought Michael's usual misery. There stood JT, and Michael knew it would be just a matter of seconds before the two of them collided in the middle of the hall. As JT came nearer, Michael wished he had Raymond's protective arm to stop the bully from attacking. Then suddenly, the unexpected happened. JT accidentally tripped. He fell down, and his own armful of books went flying across the floor. For a moment all was silent. The crowd of students in the hallway froze, waiting to see what JT would do next. As JT slowly stood up, Michael had an idea. He bent down, quickly picked up JT's books from the floor, and offered them to him. Michael said, "You look like you could use an ally." JT was speechless, completely thrown by Michael's act of kindness. He took the books and muttered quickly, "Thanks." As JT walked away, Michael caught Raymond in the corner of his eye. Raymond gave him a big smile and a thumbs up. "My grandmother would be proud of you," Raymond said. "It's just honey," Michael grinned. "I hope it sticks." Okay, so your assignment is to answer the inquiry question on teams. How can working together help us solve problems? You need to use the sentence starter, "Working together can help us solve problems," and then finish that sentence. All right, guys, ask your teacher if you have any questions. Have a good day.